March 14th, 2024, and this video is called Corydalis George Baker. Now, the common name to the Corydalis is called fumewort, and this is one of my favorite Corydalis just because of the color. Now, it's very early in the spring here, and the perennials are just starting to come out of the ground, and this is just one of my favorites because you don't see red too often in the flowers. So this is probably about like a 10-year clump, and it's very rare to find this variety on the market. You're gonna probably have to find it online. But look at this little guy. It's in the bleeding heart family. Obviously you could see that with the flower there. And the leaves feel like rubber. And when they first emerge, they're really dark red, and they're starting to fade to like a salmon red. But look at this guy, how can you go wrong with that? And look what I found here. I'm gonna have to pot these up, but look at this. Here's the bulbs of them right here. Somehow they just got mixed up and put onto the soil. And look at this, looks like another little one that's growing. Isn't that cute? So I'm gonna show you later in the year, there's all kinds of Corydalis. There's some that are very invasive because the seeds just fling all over the place. It's got more of a purple flower color on it. I would not recommend it because it acts like a weed. There's another one called Corydalis lutea. It's yellow Corydalis. That thing blooms all summer, which is, I think, one of my favorites as well. Now this is gonna bloom for a couple weeks and then it's gonna disappear. The genus and species on this is Corydalis solida, George Baker. There's a bunch of species of Corydalis, and this is the perennial version of it, and I highly recommend it. And if you want unusual plants in your garden, this is one that you got to look for. Now here's a second clump in the garden. Look at it, looks like a little ball. So packed with flowers, it's incredible. All right, here I wanted to transplant some daffodils to give it a good contrast with this red. And usually in the springtime, there's a sea of yellow with all the daffodils blooming. Now this variety is called tete-a-tete. It's a French name, and it's one of the first daffodils that start blooming. So I think it's appropriate to plant them right with this Corydalis Baker, and I think it's a perfect combination. Now, the George Baker gets about 6 inches tall, and that's about exactly what the daffodils, the miniature daffodils, are blooming size at, the height. So what do you think? Don't you think this is a perfect combination? And they're just beautiful together. Now, here's another one you could throw in maybe up front. This is a blue flowering scilla, and you would have the 3 colors in combination, which I think is just amazing. So try different combinations. It's actually pretty nice when you stage them to be blooming at the same time. And I think maybe I'll transplant some of those scillas in here and have the perfect composition. All right, there you go. I had to finish the masterpiece. I added the Siberian squill, which is Scilla siberica. You got the miniature daffodils. You got the main course, George Baker, Corydalis. Look at this combination. This would just be amazing if you just had 10 or 20 of these combinations throughout your garden. Put them alongside your trail or walkway so you could see them up close. The March rains are starting. I'm gonna water them in, the transplants. and enjoy the scenery.